My name is Dmitry Bakturidze. I live in Tbilisi. Through the internet, I met with Zurab Bobokhidze. He invited me to Kazakhstan, to Atral city. I am going to Kazakhstan. My name is Zurab Bobokhidze. I have a friend in Tbilisi. I met him through the internet. His name is Dmitry Bakturidze. I invited him as a guest. I hope that soon he will come to me. My name is Dmitry Bakturidze. I live in Tbilisi. Despite the long distances, you can now chat with your friends from anywhere in the world. Zurab invited me to Kazakhstan, to Atral city. I am going to Kazakhstan. I am in Joly. Joly church is located on the top of a mountain at the confluence of the rivers of Kura and Aragvi, near Mtsheta. It is one of the outstanding monuments of the medieval Georgian architecture. Joly means cross from Georgian. It was named in honor of the Holy Cross Monastery of the Cross, which was by St. Nino at the beginning of the 4th century. 2 centuries later, there was built a church on the place of the cross. At the foot of the church, Joly, you can buy a variety of souvenirs. There are Georgian souvenirs for all taste. There are different pictures, hats, magnets, badges for every taste, horns for wine, and a Georgian skull cap of a variety of colors. And almost every tourist wants to buy something here for the memory of this wonderful place. Either way can lead to the church, and this road also leads us up to the monastery. If you climb up at the foot of the church Joly, there is a great viewing platform, offering very nice views. This is a great place for a selfie. This is a unique place behind me. The 2 rivers merge here, the Kura and Aragvi. The high Joly church platform shows how the 2 rivers connect. The water in Aragvi river is darker, and Kura's river water is lighter. Inside the church, there are hung icons, and there is a cross at the center. Everything is very beautiful inside the church. There is a fountain at the center of the church, on which the Saint Cross once was fixed. Here people put candles and pray. The place at the foot of the church Joly is always crowded. A lot of tourists come here. A musician here who plays the accordion creates a great mood. I am standing next to an unusual tree. This tree makes dreams come true. Right on the road near Joly church, there is a wonderful tree. It is called Rayan. You can tie a handkerchief on its branches to make your wish come true. See how many people have visited here and have so many desires. I hope they will come true. Aragvi River is not only very beautiful, but also very useful. There are many hydroelectric power plants that produce electricity. I'm in Mtsheta, and there is a Svятits cathedral behind me. Not far from Joly, there is another called Monument of the Christian Georgia, one of the main Georgian Orthodox churches, Svятits Cathedral. A lot of foreign tourists and residents of Georgia come here to Svятits Holy, which in Georgian means the living pillar. I am in a very interesting place. It is called Tbilisi. It is famous for its stone caves. The name Tbilisi translates as a fortress lord or a fortress of God. At 10 kilometers from Gori, on the bank of the Kura River, there is one of the rarest monuments in the world, the ancient fortress of Tbilisi, carved among the volcanic rock on the ridge of Kvarnaki. Even from a distance, the bizarre rock city captivates with its unusual appearance. There once used to be majestic hills, temples, houses connected by winding streets and corridors. It's hard to believe that this fabulous work on the creation of a city from a rock is a creation of human hands. There have been excavated about 150 caves of alleged 700, and it was found on the temple of Queen Tamar and the temple of Our Lady, the remains of the walls and gates, ritual wells, and pharmacy. During the heyday of Tbilisi, there was about 20,000 people living there. This is the Cathedral of Tbilisi. Every day a lot of Christians come to this huge cathedral. There's a very beautiful alley leading to the Holy Trinity Cathedral in Tbilisi. Going up the stairs opens up a very nice view of the square in front of the temple and the cathedral. Built in 2004, the Holy Trinity Cathedral of Tbilisi is called as a symbol of New Georgia, the cathedral whose beauty is breathtaking. The cathedral whose beauty is breathtaking majestically stands on the hill of St. Elijah on the left bank of Kura River. Sameba is the highest temple in Georgia. Its height is 101 meters. I am in the Cathedral of the Holy Trinity Cathedral of Tbilisi. There are many believers who come here every day and pray. On the walls of the Sameba temple, you can see the beautiful murals created by the iconographer Amiran Godlidze. Catholics Patriarch Ilya II participated in the painting of the Cathedral of the Holy Trinity Cathedral of Tbilisi. He painted several icons and a large image of the Blessed Virgin, which now can be seen at the entrance. The Cathedral of the Holy Trinity is one of the most important attractions of Tbilisi. I am under the bridge now where a large number of old Georgian affairs are exposed. Here you can see huge wine jars lying directly on the lawns. Right on the road there are village carts, which look like they're just unharnessed. And next to them there is a baby cradle. A lot of other very different things of Georgian life. The impression is like I'm in a museum of old Georgian things exhibited on the street. And all of these things you can not only enjoy, but also buy. Under the dry bridge, the artists exhibit their paintings. There is an exhibition in the sale of paintings located on the sidewalk. Here are images of old Tbilisi and folk motifs. The incredibly thin local humor and portraits make anyone smile. Do you have old stuff? If you want to sell them, then come to Tbilisi. Come to the dry bridge because this is where you can sell and buy any old thing that you have. The bridge is called dry because it does not connect to the banks of the Kura. Now it is just hovered over the road. Here is the most famous flea market in Tbilisi. In this place you can walk for hours. Here is a real mix of ages, cultures, and people. Necklaces, pendants, earrings, money, and Soviet flags, kerosene lamps, and portraits of leaders. And when I'm bored and not in a good mood, I always come here, and then everything becomes fine. What Georgians cannot live without is Georgia's Bazaar. Here you can find Georgian wine, churchela, suluguni, and many other Georgian delicacies. The Kura River decorates our city Tbilisi. The complex House of Justice on the bank of the Kura River stands out from the other buildings, the transparent walls and especially multi-level ceilings that reminisce of mushroom caps. I got a passport in this building. The building contains organizations that provide public services such as the issuance of ID cards and passports, registration of marriage, birth, and etc. I stand at the monument of the Sukhishvili and Nino Ramishvili, Georgian legendary dancers. Thanks to their efforts, the Georgian national dances and music became known in many parts of the world. On the Akhmashenabili Avenue, there is a monument to the founders of the Georgian National Ballet and the outstanding dancers Nino Ramishvili and Ilko Sukhishvili. The Georgian National Ballet Sukhishvili was founded by Ilko Sukhishvili and his wife Nino Ramishvili in 1945. Now this legendary team acts on tour around the world with great success. There are photos of the old Tbilisi on this wall. My city Tbilisi is the heart of the ancient and beautiful Georgia, located at the crossroads of trade routes of Asia and Europe. Tbilisi absorbed the centuries-old culture and religion of many people around the world. The spirit of ancient history, starting from the 5th century, hovers on the streets of Old Tbilisi. And these old Tbilisi photos makes me and the visitors of the park feel pleasant nostalgia. Akhmashenabili Avenue is always crowded. Not only tourists, but also residents of Tbilisi like to walk here. Very beautiful houses, green trees, numerous cafes and restaurants. An old bridge give this street a special charm. On the streets of Tbilisi, there are a lot of different street musicians. This guy sings and plays chunguri, the Georgian national instrument. The Akhmashenabili Avenue Street's musicians play very original instruments with unusual sounds.
Это местный мастер сделал в Тбилиси. Инструмент называется глюкофон. Каждый человек играет на нем, и у него свой звук.
Here in Tbilisi, I listen to a lot of street musicians playing. But this musician who plays this unusual instrument makes magical and mesmerizing sounds. It's a very interesting sound that he plays. I'm standing under a very beautiful Tbilisi clock. They are installed everywhere in the city. On one hand, these watches are a decoration in the city. On the other hand, they just show time. Many Tbilisi people do not wear watches. By the way, I don't wear a watch. You ask me what's the reason? The answer is simple. Virtually anywhere in Tbilisi, you can find out the exact time. Here in many places are settled very beautiful Tbilisi clocks. There were a lot of tourists in Tbilisi, so here on the street you can buy a variety of souvenirs. There are very funny and interesting figures asking buyers to buy us. It is a monument of Shota Rostevili. Shota Rostevili is a legendary Georgian poet who wrote the poem The Knight in the Panther's Skin. The monument to Shota Rostevili is located on the street, also named in honor of him.